Hello everyone, and welcome back to part 29 of creating this watch inside of my 2018. Today we're going to be creating this inner spiral thing right here, as you see, and it's pretty cool. If you kind of take a look at it on our thing, right, where is our image? Here it is. I think we have to make a bit more than this guy made, but yeah, so we're going to be making this probably the most different way out of like everything that we will possibly do in this entire watch. So let's hop into our Maya over here and create polygon primitives helix. Okay, so then with this selected, we're going to want to go to poly helix 1 and have like, I don't know, 25 coils, and change the height to something like, I don't know, 13, and the width to something like this, and then the radius, you want to change this down to like something small, and then the subdivisions coil doesn't really matter, but that kind of shows you how much there is right there. So then I'm going to save right now. With this selected, make sure you're in the animation tab. So basically right now we're in modeling, go to animation, and then go to deform, nonlinear, flare. So then we get this little shape right here. And basically what flare does, you want to have this open in the attribute editor because it makes things a lot easier. You can basically change things like this, and it's really helpful for what we're about to do. I've actually never used this tool until I learned how to make this. So if we make that start flare X all the way to there, and the start flare Z all the way to there, then we can kind of see that we're getting this shape that we want here. Let's see what else I can change here. We can change the high bound basically to change how far away basically it'll be from the center. So if I take a look here, or actually take a look at the one this guy has made, it looks like we kind of want to get something close to that. So change, I think it was, what were we changing, the high bound? Yeah. Change this to something that looks kind of like that, so you can take my exact number if you want, but I think this looks good. Okay, and then with this selected, you're going to want to select the edges of this, and then just go over to like, whoops, like here, and just double click on that edge right there, and then go to modify, convert, should be polygon edges to curve, and this will take a second. Ba, 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 ba. Just gonna pause till it's done doing this. Alright, so now, after that's finished, as you can see, I now have this, what is this called? This NURBS thing right here, and what we can do is we can just delete this, because it's kind of in the way. So then, just with this selected, I can just scale this down for now and bring this kind of closer to our thing over here. And, select the control vertex just by right-clicking on it, the same way you would do this if you were selecting anything else. Go to the side view here and just select all of it. Press R and then just scale it down like we've done before. And right here, you can kind of see that we now have that spiral, except ours has a lot more. I mean, of course, you can change the coils down on that helix we made. And it looks kind of like this right now, which is the look I am going for. And then what we can do from here is we can just duplicate this and then drag it down a little bit to something like this, and go to Surfaces, Loft, and it will create this. And then we're going to need to reverse this, so with that selected, go to Surfaces, Reverse Direction, so that it looks like this. And I'm going to select what we just created and do Alt-Shift-D to delete the history. And then I'm just going to hide, I'm going to delete the polycurve 2 and close out of this annoying Discord. And I'm just going to press H to hide that, just in case we need that another time from now. Select this, I'm going to mesh display, harden edge, or did that not work? Oh, okay, we need to convert this from NURBS, because right now, as you can see, we're still doing the whole NURB shenanigan. I'm going to select that and go to modify, convert NURBS to polygons, and click on this little thing right here. And I'm just going to reset my settings, but what you want to do is change the type to quads, because we don't want triangles. the tessellation method to count and just drag this all the way up to 1000 and hit tessellate. So something went wrong here. I'm going to Control Z back and see modify, convert NURBS to polygons. What's happened here? I believe count should be at 1000, and just hit tessellate. Let me figure out what's going on, so give me a second. Alright, so I figured out what I was misclicking on. So you want to select, I'm just going to Control Z back to when I just have my NURBS right here. I believe that I just have my NURBS. Yep. Okay, so you want to select it, and then go to Modify, Convert, NURBS to polygons, and we can just reset this for now, for example. I want this to be in quads, and then just hit Control Point for our tessellation method, and then now, as you can see, this has tessellated perfectly and is exactly what I want. So I'm going to hit this and do Alt-Shift-D to delete the history, and I'm just going to delete that mess right there. So I'm going to save this now, and then go to Mesh Display, Harden Edge, and with this selected, I'm going to scale this down, and let's see, alright, let's try and position this where it would be. So I believe, take a look at this guy's. He put it in, it's going to be on that side, so where it says blah 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 blah. I think it actually is going to be on both sides, I believe. Or at least, looks like there is a version on this side that this guy created. This side. Okay. But, we're gonna do it on, I think, this part first. So, it looks like it's basically the middle part is, if I kind of scale this out a bit, it looks like it kind of just stuck it in there. So, let's see what's going on here. Let's try and position this correctly. So, center the pivot, for example, and hold down V and snap it to that middle point that we've been doing before. And I'm just going to scale that out or something, and I think it's right below, or kind of, let's see what we got here. Looks like there's that big cylinder, it's kind of hard to see, right here, which we do have, yep. And, wonder if I press this, smooth that, how many? Okay, but anyways, let's drop this down to about, it's so hard to see. Looks like it's kind of just, kind of like how we have it right here, but I think it's like about here maybe. You know, I'm going to select these pieces right here, just a bunch of them, and do, let's see, Control 1, just to kind of be able to see this a bit better. So it looks like, let's see, I want that cylinder at least selected though. Press F. I don't know, just trying to select the cylinder that is down in there. Okay, now do Control 1. So it looks like our friend right here will be a little bit under this thing right here. So something like this. Let's just take a look. Something about like here, I think. Yeah, I believe it'll be like that. So you kind of look at this, that looks good. And we can even like look at all of this and then just see if those black things would appear if we were to render this, while I go back in here and hit Control 1 to make everything not isolated anymore. Whoops, I don't know why I tried to save that. Okay, yep, so this is our model so far. It looks pretty awesome. That'll be it for this episode, so I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.